Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm That Doll Guy, and look what we have today. Oh my God. I wanted to share with you guys this nice little acquisition I received from a friend of mine in Mexico named Sahara, who I met in our Facebook group, The World of Defa Lucy and her fabulous friends. She was able to obtain for me 5 very special Brittany dolls in their package from a local Walmart in Mexico where she lives. And I wanted to share with you these dolls and kind of compare them and contrast them to the versions or variants, excuse me, that are available to us on Temu and Shein. And just look at the packaging differences and things like that. So I thought I'd start with this. You know, this really is a holy grail for so many of the people on Facebook and maybe on Instagram. But we have this gal. She was out of stock for a while. This is the Defa Lucy version right here with the pink hair. I took her little bumps out and wanted her to just have a high pony. But this gal was the one that I received off of Shein a few months ago. She was out of stock for a while, and so we weren't sure if she'd be restocked, but thankfully she was, so a lot of our friends could get her. But she was originally available with this face mold, which people call the Brittany face mold, the Measy face mold, the Pouty Lip face mold. This is the one that everybody was really going gaga over in the socials. And so my friend Sahara was able to obtain one for me. So I am eternally thankful for these dolls, especially this one. She has that beautiful face and with the shimmery eyeshadow and the shiny lip. Beautiful. And so I thought I would put as a comparison, because we no longer have this girl's packaging. Her packaging came in the standard Defa Lucy packaging that we see on Temu and Shein, so I thought I'd use this gal as an example to compare to the packaging from the Brittany doll from Mexico. So if we look at the Brittany doll from Mexico, she has the exact same fashion, exact same accessories, and the interior design, the graphics of the packaging is the same as the packaging in the Defa Lucy packaging with the stars, with the starbursts and things like that. Now, the graphics on the outside, and I do have some reflections from my windows, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with what you can see. And a lot of you who are into Defa Lucy have already seen probably the Brittany dolls and their graphics. So we have the standard blonde gal, Brittany, that is on the front of the packaging with just her name here on the side and no other real graphics on the outside of the packaging like we saw with the Defa Lucy, with the artwork of the dolls and the logo on the bottom with the little fashion beauty kind of star. So see how they compare this with this. And then the side here has the graphics on that half circle that tie into the top. And this packaging is lacking that. It's just the hot pink with the name Brittany. So much more simplistic packaging on the Brittany dolls from Mexico, which I appreciate. I know that we're accustomed to a lot of bells and whistles and all that stuff, but something about her in her most raw form is really appealing and interesting to me. And I wish I had an example to show you, but there's also, my friend Sahara was able to find even an earlier version of this doll that she has in her collection with just a basic box and a star graphic on the back wall of the box on the inside. So I thought that was fascinating. When we flip the package around, it has a photo of her, just very basic. Her name, her photo, and her accessories. And I will take a minute to kind of zoom in here. I don't know Spanish super well. I had in high school and never paid attention. Had a nice teacher, but he just didn't know how to teach. And I was just really not that studious in the language, unfortunately. I wish I was now. But it talks about Brittany being a registered property of Walmart stores. And there's an address. And if you see, it says there, 702 Southwest 8th Street, Bentonville, Arkansas, which is kind of weird. I don't know if you could write to that address and inquire about whether you could obtain these dolls from Mexico, if anybody wants them or not. I don't know. But if we look at the back of the Defa packaging, much more vibrant graphics and colors and things like that. We have the dolls and her other doll friends who will be making appearances or have made appearances with their pets, and as well as like this stuff, this information stuff. So very bright, very colorful, very busy. You know, part of the art of the Defa company with this doll is the packaging. And here was just very nuts and bolts in Mexico, like what you see is what you get, which I appreciate. So we're going to turn her back around. And I don't know what more can be said. We all know what the difference is. We have the little smiley face here. I was not a fan of this face mold at first. I was like, oh, she looks like a total dork. What a nerd, blah, blah, blah. And now I appreciate her for the sweetness that her face is. She is definitely much more sultry and sexy and just really beautiful. Sorry, girl, you're cute. You're stunning. And in my collection, unless I made a customer variant, that's wrong, a one-of-a-kind or a custom, this face mold, for all my dolls with this face mold, is named Chrissy. That's just what I use to kind of differentiate her from the other characters. So this face mold in all of them is Chrissy. I do have one named Katrina that I have not featured on YouTube. She's the one-of-a-kind that I made, which I might do a video on later. And then the other face molds all have like a basic name. Now, like in my collection, these are pretty much Lucy. I do have one of the Millennium girls who I called Brittany as an homage to the original Brittany dolls, just to have one in my collection named Brittany with this face mold. But here's my dilemma now with this. I have 5 of these gals, which I'll feature in videos just to show everybody if you haven't seen them or if you're interested, to see what they look like or to kind of compare and contrast to the packaging or the variants. But now the dilemma is, do I unbox or keep her boxed? I have 5 different ones. This, I was going to keep her boxed because I've already unboxed her. She's kind of in my little Defa world as Chrissy. But then I thought, well, if I unboxed her, I could have kind of like storylines with, this would be Brittany as opposed to Lucy. And then this would be Chrissy. And then my Lucy would be the other ones with this face mold. I know it sounds very complicated. I'm kind of like also a comic nerd for those of you who know me. So I'm about the multiverse and that kind of stuff. So I have multi-characters, and it's just the way my head works with my Defa world and my Barbie world and my superhero world is just very weird. You don't want to be inside my brain because it's weird. But anyway, so I just want to share with you this video and these wonderful dolls I was able to obtain. My friend Sahara said that these are pretty much no longer available on the shelves. You might find them in clearance centers or clearance aisles in Mexico, but by and large, these are apparently run their course. I don't know for sure. Another one of the members in the Defa Lucy and her Fabulous Friends Facebook group mentioned that these were never a super big hit in Mexico. And they are just blowing up here and around the world. So I don't know if they're going to get a resurgence in Mexico, but maybe that they didn't catch on is why they're kind of disappearing from store shelves. Kind of like, oh, you know, like the Wild Hearts crew and mermaids, kind of like that. But anyway, hopefully you like this video, and hopefully you'll tune in for the others that will be coming down the pike. So we will see you soon. Enjoy your day, and hopefully you'll have time on this rainy, yucky day, at least here in Michigan, to have a little bit of doll fun.